Hello guys, so new prediction for next week. Last prediction was correct in most of the stock about the S&P and Q moving higher. The S&P for the target 484, next 488, 489, and it just touched. So what's gonna be next for next week? We basically I think we're gonna retest again the 489, even the 490. You can see the indecision and the fight between the sellers. Immediately when it opened with gap up, immediately it moved for the downside. Later, next day, the buyers came and indecision candle on Friday. Let's see if we have divergence. This is 97, this is 96. So there is no divergence, which means continuation. It doesn't mean that it cannot do a pullback. It can. As I think the 489, 490 is some sort of pressure for the downside. I can see the sellers trying to be in control, so maybe below the 486.50 can try to push lower. Let's see it here. Yeah, below this candle I think the sellers will start to make a push for the downside, and the key area of support will be the 479. Let's check where it is. 479 here, and this is a nice area to hold to retest the break. And usually lots of buyers loved for going for the retest. So even though we see a nice volume coming in, much more volume can come if the market go for the retest, create entry position, and going for the next move above the 490. And at the moment it seems that it's want to do so. Let me check something else here. Sorry guys, this is live, so there is no divergence, so it could mean continuation. So be very careful about it. Let's move for the 4-hour and see what you can see. This is a strong trend, lots of support from below. The 479.50 is the blue line here, could be a nice support, but there is a divergence. So in the you can see in the momentum it's pointing down, and while the price going up, it doesn't mean that the price cannot move further to the upside. Let's make it smaller, and where it is, let's check it here. No, what we see here, there is a divergence there for a reversal. This is kinda obvious. This is a little bit up, this is down, but again, any pullback will get bought. So I could see it coming here and trying to attack the 490 again. Do we have diverge? You can see it here. This is facing down, this is facing up, but we need a trigger, and 486.50, 30, this is the area. If you see it close below, could mean a push to the downside for the retest. And the end target is the 492, 493. So this is the end target, I think, for the run. And this is, you know what, let's make it a little bit smaller. You can see it here. This is one. This is the second phase here. And this is the third phase. So you're probably gonna see something like 1, 2, 3, and then trying to push to the upside. But we don't have trigger, so we have to wait for a trigger. But can be interesting. Let's check the 1 hour. Again, very strong. Let's make it smaller. You can see it very strong, resting on the 200, trying to break. Didn't manage to break. Move for the upside again. Big volume at the end of the session. And you can see it here. Again, this is a little bit move for the upside. This is definitely move for the downside. I would like it to break below the 30 or the 20 here for the move for this place, and then coming for the upside. So let's move for the Qs. Probably gonna do the same. The Qs is much weaker. Yes, the Qs is much weaker. Let's move for the daily and see how it goes. It's reach our target, the 4, it was 428, I think. So it touched it. And it made it made the start of the reversal. You can see it here. Rejection, and you can see it breaking below. So I could see it at the moment. It's resting on the 42250. So if it's break below the 422, it could reach to the 416, 17 again. So trying to retest again, and we want to see the move for the retest. Come in here and building, and then trying to attack higher. The end target is the 432. This is, I think, the end target here. Do we have divergence? Let's see it here. This is 99.40, 98. So there is a divergence, a smaller one. But we have to wait because it can go something like this. And we want it to break the 50 to give us confirmation. At the moment, it's similarly a bit negative, but this could be a smaller move of accumulation again. So be very careful. This is the 4-hour chart. Let me clear it up. We don't see a quite all around divergence, and what I can see it here, it started to build a move for the upside. So I could see it coming here. This is the 41660, 70, and then moving for the upside. If we take the Fibonacci here extension, you can see it wants to rest the 416. Usually the Qs like to push even further, the 413 here, and then try to attack and move for the upside. If we take here's this one, let's say, just a sec, I need to eliminate the snap-on, and if we say something like this, freely was the 13 or here, 432.80 and above, you have level. So far on the Qs it seems a little bit weaker, but again Momentum is for the upside. We are above the 200. We have a blue sky. Go higher. We have building up a divergence for the upside, so just have to wait. It didn't give us confirmation. You need to cross, and I would like it to go even below the 20, so that's the 417 and then go higher. Let's check the 1 hour chart, see how it goes. You can see it here. This is moving up, this is moving down and making the move. The SPY didn't make this move, so probably the SPY gonna catch up and make this move, while the Q's trying to push a little bit lower. Here again 417, 416, and it could be very nice. This is a gap. There is a lot of gaps from behind to free. Again, let me check something. This can be 66.46. This is 63, no divergence. So again, if it managed to clear this, it's gonna move for the downside because it's gonna break the divergence here, and at the moment there is divergence. This is moving down, this you can say moving to the upside, so it needs to clear it. There is a fight, so it can move here. So this is a two possibility we need to think of, because the Qs already did its move. So be very careful, even though I'm really biased for the downside, more biased for the downside. IWM again was a good prediction. The prediction was a move higher to closing the gap here and then retest. So you see it made the break and retest. So what's gonna be this week? Gonna be very interesting, because we have basically we're in the middle of no zone. So if we take it here to the above the break, we're in the middle. So where we gonna move from here? You can see the pattern 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you can say this will be the 5 attack here for the 210. So 1, 2, the end, and then something like this for continuation higher. We have divergence for continuation, which is good. So we could say something like, if we take the Fibonacci here to there, first target, second target, something like this could be very interesting. But it needs to break it, and this is the main reason why even if it will move higher, I won't trade it, because I want it to break, because it can do, you can see it here, even though it made the move, it doesn't give any guarantee. So it can do something like this and then break for a down or a short continuation. So be very careful, because we are in nowhere zone. You can see it here. Basically nowhere. Break, fake break, nowhere zone. If we go for the 4-hour chart, you can see it's still bearish. It didn't change. Yes, we have divergence for the upside. Again, we can see it a lot. Let's say from here to there, here. So we are in a, we need to close above this one to move forward for the upside. No divergence there, no divergence there. So I intend to be, because this is in the middle, I don't like it. Maybe for retest again and then move for the upside. something like this. See how it retests, give more good profit to loss entry for stop loss, and then moving for the upside for a second break for the 205 because it failed here. You can see the failure. Let's check the 1 hour chart, see how it looks. You can see sideways. You can say this is a flag, but this is lower low, this is try to break. And this is higher, this is lower high, this is higher lows. So definitely there is a fight. You can see divergence between here to there. This is a short continuation, so if it managed to close, it will push again for the retest and then see if it wants to continue lower or push higher. So two scenarios because you don't have the indication, but I'm more biased for the downside because of the SPY and the Qs. So now let's move for the stock. Tesla, nice prediction before the reports, and bad for Tesla. It broke the 188 and basically move for the downside. So what now? People probably wait for it on the 170 just because it's a round number. We need to go much further. You can see it here, the 172. I just took Fibonacci level. I know this is funny. But yes, you can see the break. You can see the sellers, you can see the break. You can see how it reacts several times to these zones, the 168, 170. So this is a nice zone to take and see the support. There is a gap here at the 150, 145. Could be tricky for Tesla. You can see there's the buyers here. So definitely this is a mid zone to retest. But could we have a continuation? Of course, there is a lot of volume. Could be very tricky at the moment. Tesla above the 184, 184.50. If we let's make it higher, 184.50. I know this is a very small time frame here. Can push higher, but I want to see it clean close, green above for the push again for the upside to close the gap, and this is a big gap which need to be closed at the moment. Guys, be very careful because this is a big gap, and I know there are a lot of buyers who waited there, so when it comes they will immediately sell. So even though it's bearish, be very careful. If we go for a smaller time frame, do we have something? Any move for the upside will meet the sellers again, and you can see it here. So we want to see something like this continue, and if the 181 hold, it will break here for this area. And if it move higher, again I will wait for this zone because it will definitely create a divergence for the downside and then make a retest. So either way, wait for the break below, wait for the move for the upside at the 188. Yeah, again 50. Good area for a retest. Sorry Tesla, I know a lot of people like you. And yeah, above, let me check something. Yeah, above the 184.50 can push higher. Let's move for Apple. Apple again, you can see what happened. Weaker, can push the market down. See the rejection. Again, middle of no zone. So what you gonna do about it? There is a big gap from below. There is a short continuation. So basically just looking at the daily bias to the downside. If we watch it here and see again, we're probably gonna see it again. Yeah, more lower highs, higher highs, also here. So breaking, even though there is a lot of support and it's positive, sellers, we're gonna make a try for the push for the downside, so be very careful. It's probably gonna take them a little bit, and there is a lot of support at the 190. There is no gaps. But this is the move, so it can take a while, move a little bit down at the 190, wait for it, and then trying to move for the downside at the 182. Where is the 182? Here to close the gap. And it will create a bearish market, and I don't know if the market's gonna fight, give a fight. So at the moment, bearish a little bit, even though it's in on the support. If it will move up, I will be very surprised. I will be wait because it can create in the smaller time frame. You can see it here. Even if it continue lower, something like this. So if we take it here, 1, 2, you can see 38, the 190, the 50, the blue one. So smaller time frame, there is a lot of support, but probably it could rest and then move for the downside. Moving down and short continuation and then moving. So this will be the last push probably, because of the daily, guys. The daily doesn't look that good. The daily seems that it wants to move for the downside. Nvidia very strong, break the 600, push again for the 600. Don't try to fight this heavy train. Yeah, it can even continue higher, guys. I know this is like a shape of reversal. It could be. At the moment, there is no divergence, nice volume. People still like it. Why not ride it till they can? Probably they're gonna take out from the 585, resting on the 580. But at the moment, it's very strong. So don't try to fight it. You can see what when it's moved higher, resting a little bit, make the reversal, and then the pullback, sorry, and then trying to move for the upside. So this is the big move. So could something like this, and then make another push here, and then make the break to close some gaps. But at the moment, this is the leading, and there is no divergence. So any pullback will get bought again. You can see it here. Any pullback will get bought. This is it. Meta. Didn't talk about Meta last week, I think. Let's see. Again, very strong. People say it's overextended, Nvidia and Meta, but people like it. No divergence, no divergence. Didn't make the pullback. So again, any pullback get be bought. So you can see it here. Even if it goes for the 50, 377, it can even push higher, and there is no indication yet for a pullback or a deeper pullback. So why fight it? You can see it very strong. So even if it will go down, the first indication for a deeper pullback is the break of the 380. You want to see the break below coming for the retest for the resistance, and then moving for the downside. At the moment, we have none. So just continuation, even though there is indecision, and it can open below 380, guys. This area for retest. Don't try to short it. mRNA probably sideways. You can see it here. There is a sign for the divergence for the upside, and it's struggle, and it's good. So I want to see it something like this going. So something like this going, and then entry here for the even higher, because it needs to break this zone. You can see it. It needs to break this zone. So we try to bring, you can see small volume, so it probably need to make a push to bring more buyers. If we look at it, let's see, still strong, resting here. Let's watch it from here to there. So it could push to the 95, make a flash, and then trying to move for the upside. So I'm biased for the upside with this one. BA, come on. BA prediction again was good for moving for the downside. It was an easy short continuation. So touch it, moving for the retest. I know this is a round number. But again, you can see there is a divergence from this place for this place. So again, can move forward. I can see it moving forward, and why not? This should be here. You can see how it's resting, and this is 76.40 for BA. This is like entering a red zone. And you don't want to close below. So I know probably lots of buyer will give hell of a fight here. But if it breaks, not that good. Not that good for BA. At the moment, I'm biased for the downside because you can see the momentum. You can see the pressure. You can see a lot of resistance from above. For the shorter time frame, you can see here the gap. Which need to be closed. You don't have any indication for short continuation, but if it's not managed to break this one, it can make a short continuation to break the 200, bring more sellers. So it needs to break, and I don't trade the break. I want it to break and then moving for the upside. So at the moment, little bit bias for the downside, no volume here for the break, even though it's a nice, could open with a gap up and then just flash for the downside. Be very careful with BA at the moment because sellers are watching. Gold. With gold and silver, I didn't had much. I didn't have luck because this is a sideways. No in the middle. Can see in the middle. I know B candles, red candles. I'm biased for the upside just because it's strong above the 200, above the 50. It cross here, so it's okay. But some people say, watch, this is something like this. This is the trend. It broke below, so maybe here wanna move for the downside. Could be, but at the moment I'm bias for the upside. I know in the momentum we are below. This is a reason why I will look for a better entry, which I don't have it yet. And to go for the downside, let's check something. It did its move, and now it seems that it want to move higher because this is low, this is high, so probably above here. It will try to attack. and try to break. Silver, probably the same if I can remember. More negative, but here you can see the attempt. This is here, this is here, and then it tried to break. Now there is a short continuation. So below going here, it doesn't mean that it can blow up, but at the moment I more tend to see something like this, bring the bias for the break. So I'm still bullish about it, but in the smaller time frame, it can do a move for the downside. I think we finish, yes? Oh no, Oxy. The oil. The oil moved up, but Oxy didn't move a lot. Again, middle of no zone. You can say there is a divergence for the downside, but this is a pre-market glitch, I don't know. So want to move it a little bit higher, give a smaller candle, and then push for the downside. I don't know, I'm still bearish about it. I wanted to touch the 53.60 here, even the 52. So I'm waiting for it. I know, guys, sorry. I could be, this is the worst percentage I had with Oxy. It's about 70% accurate with my prediction. But you can see the tails, the bars pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. But a lot of resistance up above. So I'm not too keen about it at the moment. So let's finish up, guys. So at the moment, it's like a fight between Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, who can lead the market for the upside. It seems that it has a little bit power for the upside, but a lot will wait for a little bit deeper pullback for the retest of the break with the Qs, with the SPY, to take some pressure off with this big move. There is gaps here, a lot of gaps, guys. 1, 2, and big ones. 2, I think no more. And this is not good. I think this is 3 also. Why people wait for it to be closed? Because 80% of them get closed eventually. And you can see some stock are much weaker, some's much stronger, but in any direction we need to take some pressure off. So hope you like it, give you indication where would how I see the market, and entry and exit position. Of course, this is not a recommendation for any action, just my ideas and my thought. I hope you like it, guys, and see you guys later.